We love Biafra. We are Biafrans. We love Biafra. I say we are Biafrans. We love Biafra. We are Biafrans. We love Biafra. We show the whole world how much we love Biafra, our beloved father's land. We love and cherish. We show the whole world how much we love Biafra, our beloved father's land. We love and cherish. Biafra's story is the most touching and painful story in the world. Biafrans have been killing every day and night, but nobody is talking. Everywhere silent. We should be ashamed of ourselves. Hey, we said we are Christians, but we do nothing to help the Biafrans. When they are killing Biafrans, we've done nothing to help them. Whether you help or not, we Biafran, we stand and protect our land, because we love Biafra. Die for Biafra. We are Biafra. We are Biafra. We love Biafra. We love Biafra. Our father's land. We love and cherish. We love and cherish. We are Biafra. We are Biafra. We love Biafra. Our father's land. We love and cherish. We love and cherish. peace in Nigeria. It's not the threat, but it's a promise that must be fulfilled. Oh, I have spoken. Biafra must be restored, because the Biafra fallen heroes can rest in peace only when Biafra comes. So many ask for Biafra freedom when they are about to die. Oh. And their request can never be compromised. Oh, yeah. Their spirit is everywhere, crying for vengeance. Oh, no Biafra, no peace. It's not a threat, but it's a promise. No Biafra, no peace. There will be no peace in Nigeria. No Biafra, no peace. No Biafra, no peace in Nigeria. Say no Biafra, no peace. It's not a threat, but it's a promise. Oh. No Biafra, no peace. It's a promise that must be fulfilled. Hey. No Biafra, no peace. There will be no peace in Nigeria. If no Biafra, there will be no peace in Nigeria. Oh, this noble cause can never be abandoned, and we are not afraid of war. Hey, our beloved father's land must be restored. Oh, yeah. We are taking over our land by fire, by force. No retreat, no surrender for this Biafra restoration. Oh, long live United People of Biafra. We have made it. Chuko Kikebiama is happy with us. Oh, yeah. Oh, no Biafra, no peace. It's not a threat, but it's a promise. No Biafra, no peace. There will be no peace in Nigeria. No Biafra, no peace. No Biafra, no peace in Nigeria. Say no Biafra.
Good evening, fellow Biafrans, men and women of goodwill and of good conscience. This is the Biafra live presentation on this evening of 19th of November 2017. We are live. We are direct from London and with some degree of certainty reaching you anywhere you are on this planet Earth. Even where Muhammad Buhari is, even where Willie Obiano is, the election riggers, the shameless bastards in different government houses in that contraption called Nigeria, we, the indigenous people of Biafra, have exposed these people. And of course, we are even going to go further. It is very shameful for adults and those who call themselves responsible men and women in government representative offices to be lying to the world even when incontrovertible evidence suggests something to the contrary. We are on the ground and our people have recorded evidence of what transpired. Before they started this foreign election, we told you that they are going to rig it and that there is no point Biafrans even participating. That was what exactly happened after yesterday charade they called election, which was heavily boycotted, heavily greeted by voter apathy. They shamelessly came this morning, almost after 24 hours, after INEC had meetings with the contestants not to challenge the outcome of the polls. They were all united against IPOB. But the question we are still asking is this: why did it take INEC so much time to announce election? They said that there was no violence, there was no disruption and all that. Why did it take them that long? We can tell you authoritatively that they were in panic mode when millions of voters boycotted, millions of Biafrans boycotted that fraudulent election. In all the places where you saw voters standing, there were not more than 200 people at most. I'm being conservative here and even generous to them. There were no noticeable mass outcome of voters, because effectively IPOB boycotted it, and as always they went ahead to write results. We told you this in advance. You saw instances where old men and women were being given money to vote in an election. If that election was supposed to be free and fair, if we are actually in a transparent system, why should people be given money to vote in an election? Why should people be induced to vote in an election? Why, after the just concluded charade called election in Anambra was heavily boycotted, they still have the temerity to come up and say that despite IPOB's threat that the election went peacefully and that people turned out en masse. Shame on all of them. We ask the Most High God, in whose name we are gathering, to come and take pride of place in our midst, so indeed to continue to envelop the entire IPOB family members wherever they are. We thank you, the Most High God, you who see in secret and the open, the author and finisher of our lives, the author and finisher of the Biafra Restoration Project, to continue to take glory and continue to give us victory. And may this remain permanent in our lives against these our enemies, against these murderous agents of the zoo called Nigeria. We are asking you, the Most High God, to continue to incapacitate Muhammad Buhari wherever he is, together with his agents in Biafra land, in the modes of political class, in the modes of governors, in the modes of Ohanezendibo, in the modes of some hopeless clergymen who are bent on taking bribe from government officials, the bishops of Catholic churches, the bishops of Anglican churches, and some Pentecostals among them. Very shameful indeed. The moral of our society has long been eroded. It has been eroded, and it is very, very unfortunate that those in whose eyes and under their watch all these unfortunate developments happen are those people that call themselves elders, representatives of the people. We ask the Most High God to allow the spirits of our gallant heroes and heroines to continue to rest in his bosom, but may they never rest against these evil men and women that spill the blood of the innocent. The land of Biafra shall open up, swallow them at the appropriate time. We ask you, the Most High God, to continue to give us courage, to continue to give us every amount of tenacity to persevere until total victory, total liberation is achieved. May these our enemies, wherever they are plotting against indigenous people of Biafra under the supreme leadership of NNAMDI KANU, continue to wallow in confusion. May they never agree. May they collapse under the weight of their evil plots against us, that they will never make any progress or advance against us. In turn, you shall liberate the land of Biafra, you shall emancipate the people of Biafra as we gradually enter into the second phase of this struggle. You shall give us victory against these terrorists, against these hopeless and wicked souls who are masquerading, who are portraying themselves as leaders of our communities. You shall continue to give us that victory that we deserve, because that is the promise you made to our ancestors and to this present generation of Biafrans. Give us victory and take the glory. Allow us, Most High God, Chukwu Okike, to stand under the lost inheritance, to praise their name forever, that the rest of humanity will bear witness to it, and that these are enemies will be of your name. Do this for us now, that everything you have promised us will be manifesting in our lives from now onwards. To this we say amen and amen and amen. You say, Manu Suchema 4, I am the deputy leader of indigenous people of Biafra from Abatete. Abatete in Demi Biafra. I am here in a representative capacity, deputizing for our great leader NNAMDI KANU. Wherever he is, it shall be well with him and his family members and his associates, and indeed all the hardcore Biafrans all over the world. Not the saboteurs among us. The road might be long, the journey might be convoluted, but in the end, the spirit of Biafra will prevail. And there is nothing anybody can do about it. The heart of this project will never be allowed to see corruption. That's a promise. And the Biafra project is not for sale. That is what our enemies, that is what our detractors, our oppressors find very difficult to swallow. And they are embarking on all manner of devilish activities and plots to kill, to maim, to destroy the innocent and vulnerable indigenous populations. Top on the list are Biafrans. We shall not allow them to have upper hand, because we are morally and legally justified in whatever we are doing. Heaven and earth are bearing us witness. The Most High God is in charge. That is why you must not waver. That is why you must not retreat. That is why you must not capitulate. We congratulate all hardcore indigenous citizens of Biafra for their successful and gallant outing yesterday. As we celebrate today, tomorrow we must have to get down to work, because we have enormous responsibilities on our shoulders, and we must discharge. Not only that we discharge, the world will see that we have done what we are supposed to do. They called us terrorists. They say that we are miscreants. They say that we have no connections at home. But yesterday was a clear demonstration of vote of no confidence, passing of vote of no confidence on the imposed fraudulent Nigerian system on Biafra land. It is also a vote of confidence on the Biafra project. Therefore, we ask you, eminent Biafrans, to brace up for the challenges ahead, because we are gradually and steadily moving into the second phase of the struggle. At the appropriate time, with the appropriate consultation, there shall be an announcement as appropriate. We must not allow these our enemies wherever they are, the Facebook, fake news platforms, to overrun us. We must advise each and every one of us, wherever you see fake news about IPOB, about Radio Biafra, about indigenous people of Biafra, challenge it, debunk it by all means. Because if you don't, then it will sink into the consciousness of the gullible, and they will take it as a norm. That is why we must not allow these people to operate freely. They are in awe of us. Among them, they acknowledge that without IPOB, that the society will be in shambles. But they don't like us because of selfish interests. There has been inordinate ambition that has been propelling them. We are the original owners of land of Biafra. We are in control of Biafra land. Do not allow anybody, any fake news platform to suggest to you otherwise. We are going to just analyze one very important mathematical reality that has emanated from yesterday. And after that, you will now advise yourself accordingly. You will now understand that the zoo called Nigeria has gone beyond the point of no return. You will understand that the pathological liars in different government houses, in Anambra, in different parts of Biafra land, can never change. You will understand that these people cannot represent you. You will understand that these people are not for you. They are after their own personal aggrandizement. That is why you must join hands together. That is why in unison, just like we did it on 30th of May 2016, just like we did it yesterday, 18th of November 2017, to move relentlessly forward and together take over the whole of Biafra land. We are on different platforms. We are on FM relay stations. We are on a technology called Call to Listen. We are on Facebook platform. We are on our mobile app. Download Radio Biafra app together with Biafra television app on your mobile devices. When every other thing fails, these two apps will forever prove effective. It was very disappointing yesterday. We must not mince words about it, that our FM radio station, in the midst of high expectations, went off. I am still yet to understand what happened, and there are a lot of questions still being asked, and we still need a lot of answers. Very important. Number to call is +447 405 964 +447 405 964 We are also on Skype. The Skype ID is Radio Biafra 6. Radio Biafra is one word, number 6 in front of it. Once again, we are asking Eminem Biafrans to join hands together to make this program a worthwhile one. Earlier, we have been having some issues. These issues have been reported several times, and it is not new to us. We were not able to come up at the appropriate time, and this is connected to the streaming platform. We are here now, and I must take responsibility, and I must apologize on behalf of those who are working behind the scenes with the Biafra crew for, of course, starting this program at this particular point in time. We say the way it is. It is not entirely my fault, but I have to take responsibility for that. We must move forward. We must continue to push until total freedom, total liberation is achieved. the zoo called Nigeria is in an almighty mess. They have continued to lie. They have continued to concoct all manner of lies, and we are not going to relent. We told you that they are going to rig Anambra election, and therefore there is no need you participating in it. And it happened. And one thing is clear here. Muhammad Buhari and his APC government and the INEC, we are all in agreement, together with the so-called governorship aspirants and the entire Southeast governors, in quote, for no one to contest the election result that they were going to announce. INEC was a meeting with all these political, criminal-minded individuals. As the election was being conducted yesterday, it was very evident that people did not turn out. It was very evident that there was 99%, or let me just be conservative here, there was 90% boycott of that election. And there was 90%, if not more, of compliance with sit at home. And we were showing videos, even some political office holders and some aspirants were complaining about voter apathy. They were complaining about vote buying, massive vote buying by individuals and groups. So how can that be a free and fair election? A coalition of human rights organizations has also come out to say that the so-called governorship election of 18th of November 2017 in Anambra was the worst in history of the zoo called Nigeria, because people effectively bought over the voters card from those who are supposed to participate. And we also saw the footage on the video. There were orders that were done behind the scenes. And we are going to read what they have read according to what INEC announced as a result. I'm reading, there are so many other reports, but I'm reading this one from the so-called Niger.com because it is part and parcel of their system. We know that there was no election, but for sake of argument, we will allow them, we will allow the use of their figures. Let us allow the use of their figures. And you will also see that these people can never change. INEC declares Obiano winner of Anambra election. Some people say that we were against Obiano, that it was as a result of it that Obiano won. IPOB was not specifically against Obiano. We were totally against participating in the election. It doesn't matter who won. Of course, we knew that they are going to impose anyone that they choose at the end of the day. And so that argument does not carry any weight. For our position was very well known, and nobody can, of course, contest that. INEC has declared Willie Obiano as the winner of Anambra election. This is according to Niger.com. Whether they have finally declared or not is up to them. But we are going to use the figures that they presented. Of course, we know that these figures are a far cry from what actually happened, or the original figures that are supposed to be used. There was no election in actual sense of the word, in the sense that millions of people did not vote. But they concocted these figures and they have come up with it. They said that Obiano defeated other 36 contestants in the keenly contested election. And we wonder how keenly contested was this election, where there were no people, where even candidates were complaining, even observers were worried about the voter apathy as a result of IPOB. They are very much desperate. They don't want to give IPOB the credit. That's why they are ganging up. They don't want to admit the obvious, but we know that we are firmly in charge. The incumbent governor of Anambra State and candidate of All Progressives Grand Alliance, Willie Obiano, has emerged winner of Saturday, November 18, governorship election in Anambra State. We are coming. The report has it that 457,311 voters were accredited for the election, and the total votes cast were 448,771 votes. I hope you are understanding what we are saying here. 450,000 plus voters were accredited, right? And then 448,000 plus were the actual votes cast. And then the question we're asking is, how many were the registered voters? They say that IPOB has been defeated, and we're asking them, how many registered voters were in Anambra before the 18th of November 2017 election? The report has it that there were 2-point-something million registered voters. Do you understand what we're saying here? Out of 2 I have it here, some say 2.6, some say 2.1, but let us just give it to them. At least 2 million voters registered. Let's just put it this way. At least 2 million voters registered. And what you are having in the whole of the election, or the Charat Court election that they did yesterday, was 457,311 voters were accredited. The question we're asking is, why? You registered over 2 million voters. Why then did you accredit 457,311 voters? If IPOB did not do anything, what happened to the millions of others that didn't vote? Are you understanding what we're saying? Why did 1-point-something million voters decided not to vote? If you are actually true to yourself, if you think that IPOB did not do anything, why was it only 457,311 voters that you acknowledge that actually were accredited? Of course, we know that this figure is a huge far cry from the actual number of voters that actually attended the polling booths to vote. And they were all paid agents. They were all, most of them are party agents The rest are those who were paid, rented crowd to go and stand as if there was an election. Why did they not do, the candidate of UPP was streaming the polling booth that he was, and all of a sudden they went off because there were no enough people to actually show to the world as being voting in different polling booths. We challenged them to give us video evidence of those who voted. They did that in the dark. They could not come up with it because they knew that they don't have anything to present. They lost the argument. That said, the question we're asking, we don't need to go far. We are still going to go back to it. Let mathematicians among us, please, let mathematicians among us come up with the actual figure that did not vote as a result of IPOB call for sit-at-home and boycott of Anambra election. We have 2.16 million voters that registered to vote. And out of these 2.16 million voters that registered to vote, it was only 457,311 of them that were accredited. What happened to the 1.something million others? That's the question we're asking. So this is the question you should be posing to anybody that tells you that IPOB has lost, IPOB does not have the clout, IPOB actually shot themselves in the legs. Ask them, out of 2.something million voters that registered, why is it that only 457,211 that voted? Of course, we know that this figure is far less. Those that actually came out are far less than these figures that they are presenting here. But we are not arguing. We are taking their figure. We are not arguing. We are going with the figure that they have shown us here. And even at that, they cannot defend it. Please, let people come up with an actual figure, because they have the figure here. 2.16 million voters voted. Were registered. And out of 2.16 million voters that registered, only 457,311 that were accredited. And those that actually voted, according to them, was 448,771,000. What happened to the other 1.something million? Do you see how these people can lie? Do you see how pathological the disease that is actually infecting these people to lie? The disease behind their deception. Do you see how overwhelmingly that they are infected with this? It is a mental illness, a mental illness, to lie even when there are evidence to suggest that you are lying. Even when the whole world is seeing you, you are still lying. Even when you cannot substantiate what you are presenting to the public, you are still lying. It is a mental health issue. And all politicians in the zoo called Nigeria are affected by this. They have issues and they cannot stop lying. The zoo called Nigeria has been rot from the foundation. And that is what IPOB has come to correct. And the only way forward is to extricate ourselves from that abominable entity called Nigeria. Let people come up and please analyze these figures, because that is the main thing that we're going to talk about today. We called on our people to sit at home on 30th of May 2016. They did, through the command, through the leadership of NNAMDI KANU. They sat at home and they said that, oh, it was because there was a public holiday. We were still in holiday milieu. We were still in holiday mood and all that. What happened yesterday? If you are contesting that IPOB did not boycott the election, how about the sit at home that led to the closure of shops and absence of vehicular movement everywhere, not only in Anambra but in the whole of Biafra land? What happened to that? What can you say about it? So you are Biafrans in a very firm position. You are morally, you are spiritually, you are legally justified in whatever you are doing. What does this suggest? We are firmly in control of Biafra land. And from this time onwards and subsequently, you must be very much available to take whatever directive that will be coming from the leadership of this global family. Our leader, NNAMDI KANU, wherever he is, he shall be well with him. I don't want to be talking too much on this particular line of deception that has come from the zoo official quarters. They told the whole world that about 2-point-something million voters registered. But out of that 2-point-something million voters, only 450-something thousand actually were accredited. What happened to the 1-point-something million others that did not vote? What happened to them? Are they on holiday or what? That was as a result of the call, the clarion call by IPOB, for them to boycott that foreign election and for them to sit at home. If there is any other person that can come up to lie, let that person lie and we will continue to expose them. I'm not a mathematician, but let those who are very well versed in the area of calculation, let them do it, because I can do it now. Let them come up. But I know that 1-point-something million voters who registered did not vote in Anambra. And it is not. It's not something you can just dismiss by wave of hand. And this is what you have to be presenting to all those who are telling you, oh, IPOB has shot themselves in the leg. IPOB is completely finished. Ask them, 2-point-something million voters minus 400 and something thousand that you say that voted. Is that a joke? Present it to them, as always, that you say that 2-point-something million voters registered, and out of them 400 and something voted. What happened to the 1-point-something million others if IPOB did not do anything? Willie Obiano, together with all the governors in Biafra land, will continue to have issues. And we will continue to prove to them that we are the original owners of land of Biafra. Before they came out with this concocted result, they were having meetings with INEC for nobody to contest the outcome of the result. They were in unison that if there is any atom of disagreement among them, that IPOB will be victorious, will be seen as being victorious. So they united against IPOB. But they cannot lie about the figures. And we told you ahead of time that these people have rigged this election and there is no need for you to come up and begin to waste your time. Those who voted, their votes did not count. That is a lesson to all of you. The only way forward is for us to continue to press for our freedom, because men, women and children have died because of this cause we are fighting for. And the only thing that can compensate for the ultimate price that they have paid is to restore the land of Biafra for them. They did not do this. They did not die to restructure Nigeria. They did not die to move Nigeria forward. They died to extricate themselves from the abominable entity called Nigeria that has been subjecting them to all manner of servitude, inhuman and degrading treatment. There is no other way we are going to put it. A coalition of human rights advocacy group had earlier come out to say that Anambra, the just concluded Anambra election was the worst in history of the zoo called Nigeria. Earlier yesterday, the candidate of APC, Tony Nwoye, was crying that there were massive curtailment of the freedom of voters that were supposed to vote for him, and that there were massive vote buying. The same thing goes to all other people who were very much close to the process. They were expressing one concern or the other. They were all united, though, against IPOB. But we have incontrovertible evidence against them. There are people sat at home that people did not come out to vote. Only those you saw were party agents and then some people who were paid to come out to vote. We also saw when they were being given money to vote. The people that were paid came and they were being given a voter's card to go and vote. Where are those people coming from? Where did they come from? We understand that Richard Okorota imported a lot of people from different states. And if anybody is saying, who told you, we will always ask them, why was an elderly man in a polling station giving out something that looked like money to people who came to vote? I don't know what that means, but we have it in a polling station, and we are asking our people to save those videos, because they will lie, they will go and remove all those from the internet. Why are we saying what we are saying? We are saying what we are saying because IPOB is formidable. You need to be proud of who you are. You need to be proud of your identity. You need to be proud of your heritage. You are a beacon of hope to millions, and you cannot afford to disappoint. Very important that you recognize these IPOB family members around the world. And here is a very concise position of IPOB on the question we need to be asking. How IPOB's successful boycott is tormenting the Nigerian government and their corrupt INEC over Anambra State governorship election results. Have you noticed how in an election where there was no recorded violent disruption or major incident, how long it is taking INEC to announce the final results of who won the contest in Anambra State? It took them well over 24 hours. Or at least 24 hours to announce a result of an election that was not supposed to take time. In other countries around the world, the results of elections will have been announced even from the polling centers. But there was also results that were coming out from polling centers yesterday. in different places. None of them was in any way up to the figure that they released today. There was no polling station that recorded more than 500 people at most. It was between 70 to 150 to 200. But they concocted these figures and they have come up with it, and the whole world is consuming this very wrong information. But we cannot be moved. It took INEC almost 24 hours for them to announce an election that they said there was no disruption, it was peaceful, and there was no recorded incidents. It took them time because they were consulting with the so-called stakeholders for no one to contest the outcome of the election, because if they contest it, IPOB will carry the day. What a shameless conduct on their part. The reason for the delay is because Aso Rock instructed INEC to agree with the political parties to push up the figures of the number of people that voted to make it appear reasonable, so that the credit won't go to IPOB for rendering the election useless due to poor turnout of voters. Do you understand it? Aso Rock instructed INEC to agree with the political parties to push up the figures. That is what you are seeing in the public. They pushed up the figures of numbers of people that voted in order to make it appear reasonable, so that credit will not be given to IPOB for rendering the election useless. Compare it what you were seeing at the polling centers yesterday. Compare what they have collected. Compare what they have announced today with what you were seeing yesterday from the polling centers, even though that they were making it up as well. If they manage to convince all the parties not to challenge the results, then in their minds IPOB would have been defeated. That's what they are thinking now. When they have managed to convince all the parties not to contest or to challenge the result, to them it is victory scored against IPOB. They have defeated IPOB, but they are mistaken. How mistaken they are? Why was it that when the late Muhammad Buhari was elected across 33 states in 2015, when Muhammad Buhari, a working corpse, was elected across 33 states in 2015, the result was announced in a few hours after the polls closed. Anambra State is only one state with 2.2 million voters. And why has it taken INEC all the time to announce the winner? The reason is because they were trading carefully and they were negotiating every figure with the parties so that the world wouldn't know that only 7,000 people voted throughout Anambra yesterday. This is an intelligence source. 7,000 people actually voted in Anambra together with party agents, because there was massive vote buying by candidates and party officials. As we have said earlier, they can lie and falsify the figures all they like. They can add as many zeros as possible like Abiora's ITT check. That won't matter because we have the video evidence of what happened, which is that people boycotted the polls and they sat at home. Shops were closed, vehicles were withdrawn from the road, everywhere was silent. The same way disgraced Buratai and Ali Mansour, the same way we disgraced Buratai, Lai Mohammed, Ali Mansour, with irrefutable video evidence when Nigerian army denied invading KANU's house. That is how IPOB will dismantle INEC subsequently, because we have every evidence that suggests otherwise, that these people are lying. We are, of course, waiting for the appropriate time, anytime from now, to expose these men and women who are masquerading as INEC officials and Nigerian handlers. The zoo called Nigeria is in an almighty mess. We urge you, eminent Biafrans, to remain resolute, to remain upright in everything you are doing. Identify the truth and defend it at all costs. And do not listen to anyone, because you have higher moral ground more than them to speak authoritatively on issues that border on conscience, that border on our freedom. They don't have all it takes. Shame to all those who belong to the political class in Anambra. Shame to all those members of the clergy who have been helping to hide, who have been helping to conceal the abomination going on in our land. IPOB will eventually take over the control of Biafra land in no time. We're asking you to remain resolute. We're asking you to remain focused, because times are different. They will come with all manner of light. Have you noticed that the news about NNAMDI being sacked is no more? Have you noticed that the news about Radio Biafra being taken over by a new leadership is no more trending? They did this in order to dampen the minds or the hearts of people, so that they will not listen to what IPOB was telling them about boycotting the election, about sitting at home. But they failed. They failed woefully, because people responded massively. And we salute the courage of all men and women that actually apply themselves to this all-important clarion call. Yours is appreciated, and you have written your names in the sand of history. Posterity will never forget you. Let us now join hands together to usher in a new dispensation, to usher in a new phase in this struggle. We are not pretending that the road is going to be very smooth, because we have saboteurs among us. But you must be strong. You must be courageous. You must be focused. You must apply yourself more than ever before, unadulteratedly, to this all-important restoration effort. The same way we have defeated our detractors, it's the same way we are going to defeat them again. We are not fighting with guns. We are not fighting with armored tankers. We are not fighting with warships. We are not fighting with any military hardware. We chose to restore Biafra through non-violent means and through civil disobedience. And so far, only the word of mouth has put the zoo called Nigeria and her reputation in tatters. how much more when we push even further, and we're going to do it. That contraption called Nigeria is in an almighty mess. We shall know between the criminals in different government houses and indigenous citizens of Biafra, whom they call terrorists, who are the owners of the land already. They are shamelessly portraying themselves as the beacon of hope for the people. And we wonder, for how long are they going to hold on? We promise them that they will continue to be disgraced. The so-called governor of Anambra State can continue to collaborate with his Northern Hausa Fulani masters, but IPOB will continue to deal with them and expose them. They will never know peace until Biafra is restored. The civil disobedience will have to be intensified, and every practical step will be taken to move us closer into the land of Biafra at the appropriate time and very soon. We open up the line at this particular point in time for people to call in. There are some other headlines that we have to read, but we will want to hear from our people because they are on the ground and they need to tell us what they are seeing. Number to call is +447405 964-146 +447405 964-146. We are also on Skype. The Skype ID is Radio Biafra 6. Radio Biafra is one word, number 6 in front of it. Can you hear me? Call on the phone. Good evening from here. Call on the phone. They are not serious. I don't know. We have to move ahead. Next call on the phone. Can you hear me? Good evening from here. Welcome to the program.
Hello.
Please, can you move away from the radio? Move away from the radio, please.
Hello.
Good evening from here. Welcome to the program.
Hello.
Go ahead, please. We are listening to you. Go ahead.
I'm Cezanne. Biko, ana m ekene Chukwukabiam, onye mere ka election Anambra ka ọ bụrụ ihe aba kọtụ. Ana m asị na aha ya bụrụ ihe bụ na anyị n'aha Jizọs.
Ise.
Na wanta na-ekenekwe ọ bụrụkwa ka isi agba mbọ na-eme nkịchọ na ihe niile na-aga according to. Ana m asị ka Chukwukabiam gbaa gị ume. Ọ bụghịkwa Nnamdị Kanụ ebe ọ nọ ka Chineke gbaa ya ume.
Ise.
Na-adịghị anya ka Biafra abịa.
Ise.
Asị nka nkene gị, thank you. Ide ka iji.
Ndewo, jisike.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Next call on the phone. Can you hear me? Good evening from here. Welcome to the program. Somebody, of course, is comparing the figures in percentage. It is, if you take into account the 400 and something thousand voters that voted as against 1 point something million that did not vote as a result of the call by IPOB, there are only, it is translating to 20% or thereabout that voted, and then about 80% did not vote. So how can somebody convince you that IPOB is irrelevant? Is that person not hallucinating? Can you hear me? Call on the phone. Good evening from here. Welcome to the program. Caller on the phone, can you hear me? Some people are just, I don't understand it. Maybe these are agents of the zoo government, but we are going to handle them very soon. Can you hear me? Call on the phone.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening from here. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, sir. This is Mr. Tevos. I'm calling from Ipob.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So I want to thank you for what you have done for us. Our enemy.
Not sure what is going on with our line, but we have to continue. Next call on the phone. Can you hear me? Good evening from here. Welcome to the program. Call on the phone. Go ahead.
Good evening. Good evening, sir.
Good evening from here. Welcome to the program.
Okay. All hail Biafra.
All hail Biafra.
You are speaking with Samuel Tamanyoko. With your analysis, I discovered that this thing is 3 million is to 400. Means that Nigeria scored a minimum of 0.02%, while the Biafrans scored 99.99%.
Yes.
So they are nothing. They have nothing to show. So why should they call that thing a result? It's not a result. They couldn't score anything. Hello?
Unbelievable. Yes, I'm listening to you. I didn't want to delve into the mathematical aspect of it because it would have been better, just like you're telling me now, for other people to do so.
Yes, now they are minimal, 0.0 something. Then even if I give them 0.02.
Of course. And they are telling you that IPOB has failed woefully.
They should be ashamed of themselves. They should be ashamed of themselves. Why should they have nothing to show? Is it what they are going to present to the entire world that they did election? Why can't they accept the truth?
That is it. And that is why we are not going to relent. Because
yes, of course.
We are indeed a beacon of hope for the less privileged.
They have made me proud. In Anambra, they have made me proud. And I'm very proud of them. My name is Samuel Kamanyoko.
Thank you very much.
I don't like mentioning my name over the radio because of something.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. You are doing well.
Thank you very much.
You are doing well. God bless you and bless our leader.
He say, and you too.
In the name of Yahweh Yeshua.
He say. Thank you very much. God bless you and keep it on. Thank you. There are some mathematical equations being sent across here, about 3 of it. I don't know which one to take. But the truth about it is that even the projection I made is too much. The so-called zoo voters that they bought over are not even up to, the percentage is not even up to 20%. But I gave it to them. 20 is against 80. It's a very huge margin. And these people should be ashamed of themselves. Can you hear me? Good evening from here. Welcome to the program. Please move away from the radio. We can continue with this. These are shameless set of people, and we will continue to move forward. Can you hear me? Call on the phone. Good evening from here. Welcome to the program.
Good evening, Madam.
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead. Welcome to the program.
My name is Echinachu, calling you from Abada in Chikoka.
Thank you very much.
My deputy director is very that called that they are voting. Our leader has been not so enough to today. I didn't know anything.
Yes, I know about the radio, but it's very unfortunate. I am not happy about it, but that's not the issue I'm going to talk about now. The truth about it is that the boycott of election was very successful, beyond expectation. The sit at home was phenomenal, even more than that of 30th of May 2016. And Biafrans, including you, should be proud of your achievement. and we must brace up for the challenges ahead to move relentlessly forward to indeed completing this audacious restoration of Biafra. Thank you very much. We are looking into what is happening to our FM stations, especially in Anambra. Thank you.
Because first of all, we thank you for Kenya for what you have done for IPOB in Biafra. I want to thank all our brothers in diaspora. I'm telling them that I'm from here in Abad, and thanking them for what they've been doing. I said that they keep it on. May they never slack down. I said that they know that I did their wars. And thank you. I said, make them resolute. Don't hear what people are saying. Because since that day, people have been talking to me, they say that I didn't see that this we do, or this year. They'll be tackling me here. Because they know me as an IPOB member, they know me as a full member of IPOB. But they call me in and come here. And since that day, they've been tackling me because I've been not hearing the video, I've been not getting any information to know what to say. So they'll be tackling me, I keep my mouth shut, and I didn't say anything. So I thank you, my deputy director, for whatever that has been done for us. I say we here, we remain resolute, and we do everything humanly possible. Because I know all the risks that I take, and I put poster from Union Bank to Oyago, Abagana, join around about. I make sure that poster reach everywhere, go the flyers out there, and I thank God everything moves. I said, Meshuko Kenon, bless IPOB, and we shall achieve our freedom. And I tell people that only what they will do is to wash and see the way Biafra will come. It will be like a miracle. It will be time Biafra will come. I tell people that the time Biafra will come is the time that everyone will lose hope. I said that people cannot do anything. It's just that Biafra will come. That's what I told people. I said, not expect Biafra to come the way you think. The way Biafra will come is not the way that you think. It will come in a marvelous way. Because God do things in a marvelous way. In a way that a woman brain cannot understand. Never, it was what I told people that the way Biafra will come, it will be very surprise to everybody. And I say, every one of us in IPOB, wherever you are, I say, keep it up and keep it on. It's not easy. It's not that a shooting game. I say, never keep it on. It's my use for. I thank you very much. I'm happy because I'm happy to get you this night. I say, may you keep it up. Everybody, keep it on and keep it up in the mighty name of Yeshua. I know that people cannot understand. And nothing will happen to us. I'm signing off from here in Abad. Good night and God bless.
Thank you very much, and stay safe and keep it on. IPOB is formidable. We are indomitable. We are even more than stronger than the forces of darkness put together. They have no place where we are, and we shall continue. Somebody is asking, what is the way forward? We are analyzing what has happened yesterday, and we're asking you to be patient enough, because we are in the broadcast now. We must talk to our people. We must indeed educate, or rather enlighten the rest of humanity on what is going on. The rogues in different government houses in the zoo called Nigeria have come together to write results. Even when evidence on the ground is suggesting otherwise, the evidence that they brought out by themselves is pointing to the other direction against them. And they are discarding it, and they are concocting new line of lies. They are dishing it out with impunity. That is why the zoo called Nigeria is called a zoo. Even among them are doctors of political science. They are returning officers of INEC, and they were shamelessly lying to the whole world that the election held. They quadrupled the figures, and even at that, they failed to score any maximum victory. They woefully failed. This is Radio Biafra Live presentation. The next caller on the phone can hear me. Good morning, rather, good evening from here.
Hello. Hello, my brother. Good evening, sir.
Good evening
Hello,
from
sir.
here. Welcome to the program. Go ahead, please.
God bless you, my brother. This is Jude calling from Lagos State. God bless you. We are familiar and also. I'm very happy for the analysis tonight. You know, when I saw this very particular news today about giving it to Ogiano, I laughed. That was due for you. You should not be surprised to us. We know that is what is going to happen for people. The reason is that they are afraid. For them to just come up and agree that yes, we have done, it's not, you think that what we have done yesterday, my guys, is a act. It shocked them. They are not very comfortable with what is going on because they easily thought that targeting on terrorists or calling IPG terrorists will destabilize the entire structure, but they saw otherwise yesterday. What the parties yesterday is not. When you go to the social media now, all the whole Vanguard and so on and so forth, they are only trying to replace of what we have been able to damage yesterday to them. And they are not comfortable at all. So even if we see anything concerning the result, they have made the statement. And the things that we need to get as a group in order to press our referendum, we have gotten it. So there's no need of even sitting with them. The entire world saw that everything that happened yesterday, 100%, almost 90% assurance that yes, we have seated these people. There's need of even debating with them. But it is good for you to just analyze it and also show in some world how it is. You have to know that even just very returning officer that are not very particular result is not a team officer. For you to know that this very particular is and what they concord together, and both of them, all the whole political party come together and the settlement and so on and so forth in order to accept that result. None of them will be able to come out and challenge how it could be that they are not be able to go past the result. Upon say there is no election. But this to show that if any of them come out to contest, that will be 100% be a blow to them. But it's not that they are trying to mend their things. So it's not easy, my brother. To know that we have made a statement. And okay, do you think that we only think of something of financial state? Talk about the issue of sitting at home in Biafra rivers and Abia State and so on and so forth. And that's part of Biafra State. And they are talking about it. They are not talking about it simply because they know that they have received a very strong blow. You understand? So it is good for you to analyze it, brother. But I know 100% because my happiness yesterday is that we have defeated these people. And I'm very, very happy and comfortable that yes, the damage has been done. We have given them what they need. And they have accepted it that yes, I think we are still having the structure of people now. You know for Canada lead. Now I hear that there is a scandal working on the thing or Canada lead. They just bad. They gave them maybe like $100 million where the savings fund gave them to share in order to be able to install and stabilize IPAB. But the 40 million naira is they are having problem within Lagos State. You know they share. They can scatter abroad everywhere. They have branches everywhere. You understand? Maybe they won the 40 million that they got in Lagos State. The Lagos State branch in court now they are having misunderstanding with the leadership of Ohanese. You hear them to say how many days ago, it's yesterday, come out to talk. Simple because this very particular thing touch them. It touch them in where they even would not even expect what is going on. Before day yesterday, he was driving on social media that is running an effort with this guy. But after yesterday now, what have we come out to make a statement? So that can maybe none of those hooligans can be able to command even a single even a market women or market market square for people to just obey them. Everybody knows that they have lost comfort. They are not in a comfort zone anymore. We have taken over the whole entire land. Even if it's 2 or 4 days, we ask us to sit at home. So far the leadership come out and say this, obedience will come. None of them will come out and also issue a statement that we should, without using a bed of gun or force and so on and so forth, to force people to lock up their shop. You understand? No, they can't have their way except by force. So what I'm trying to say, my brother, is that we are happy to ourselves. God has given us victory and so much comfortable. Yesterday we in Lagos State here now. I know there's some group of guys that they used to, they are not even talking again, especially because what they saw yesterday, they are marvelous. They didn't even believe it. So my brother, I just allowed them. We have made our statement, the entire world has seen us. The next action now is how are we going to have our referendum? You know, we talk about everyone, we conclude that one for the statement that they need us to make here.
Yes, of course. The issue of referendum is coming up, and that is a promise we made to our people, and that must be fulfilled. But there has to be a formalization of normal, certain processes, of course, that will enable that to come to pass. And that is not something, that is not what this broadcast is about. This broadcast is to analyze, is to praise the performance, the party performance of Biafrans yesterday. And subsequently, of course, yeah, go on.
We really knocked them out yesterday, but it's a shameless country, a country that cannot be able to accept to defeat. That's what is the problem. I said it right from onset that they are not going to put their hand. They will try as much as possible to encourage themselves. You understand? Because almost they know that they are on the swell. You understand? I'm not in the middle of the phone in the actually after the I had it. I want to know Hana Lala, middle of one of the way I want to just watch him. I actually want to call Kasai, no, won't have that. One in them and I want we have done what we need to do, and everybody knows that the credit has gone to us. So there's no need of following this in only that cannot. None of the people that can be able to stand and also say the word. If we start with the destruction and also killing at the end of the day, we still much destruction. Victorious. Come out for you, give honorary order. Command a man give order, honorary order that he gave when he see.
Of course.
That order still stand. You understand? Okay, how much more? For them to just accept that this guy is more than them. How are we going to do this thing? That just confusing, doing all manner of things. But I'm tired with this. They are God losers. That's what I call them, my brother. They don't need of coming on to play with them. They are losers. And as long as I'm concerned, God will continue to protect them until their life. That what they are doing is not good. And the structure have already been taken away from them. Let them just go and backward. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you very much, and God bless you. Keep it on. Thank you. This is Radio Biafra Live presentation. One other important thing, we must not be lost in the euphoria of successful boycott and of the fraudulent election that has just been concluded in Anambra and the sit at home in the whole of Biafra land. Tomorrow is the court date for IPOB family members. It is a court date for Biafra and the zoo called Nigeria. And the question we are asking is, where is our leader, NNAMDI KANU? The zoo government must not run away from the fact that they invaded the army drawn from rank and file Boko Haram terrorists, led by Buratai and his collaborators, the so-called Southeast governors, the so-called Ohanezendibo chieftains. They facilitated all this evil conduct of this murderous army of destruction, the terrorists in army uniform. And they invaded the compound of our leader, NNAMDI KANU. In fact, the compound of our father and our Eze, Sir Israel Okukanu. Until date, we have not seen a sizable number of our people who were in that compound, apart from those who have been confirmed dead. May the souls of these gallant heroes and heroines who died in active service continue to rest in the bosom of the Most High God. but may they never rest against these evil men and women who, directly or indirectly, have been responsible for the spilling of their blood. For their sake, we shall maintain focus. We shall never set our eyes off the ball. Biafra must be restored in their name and in their honor. We are also asking the zoo called Nigeria to provide our leader, NNAMDI KANU, for court case tomorrow. Provide him that he will attend the court that he has to attend. You know that you have lost the argument. You know that you cannot handle the case between the zoo called Nigeria and Biafra. Biafra case is insurmountable. Nobody can defeat any argument on Biafra. Nobody can have upper hand on any argument on Biafra with reference to the audacious quest for restoration of Biafra. We want our leader, NNAMDI KANU, produced. He said even before he was abducted, before terrorism was unleashed on him, that he was going to come to Abuja for his court case with 2 million Biafrans. And these people were scared to the teeth, to bone marrow, and they invaded, they struck, they killed, they destroyed, they spilled the blood of innocent Biafrans, and took away the ones that they will not kill, they could not kill, including our leader, NNAMDI KANU, and some family members of his. Today we're asking them to provide him, because he has to attend that particular case we have tomorrow. Otherwise, there may not be any case. We want the judge to do the needful, to indeed interpret the law and not to bow to the whims and caprices of Muhammad Buhari, who has by all means determined to frustrate the case. The question we have continued to ask on the flip side is this: why did you invade the compound of our leader, NNAMDI KANU? It's simply because you lost the argument. It's simply because you want to eliminate him by all means, that the case will die a natural death. But until total freedom is achieved, until land of Biafra is restored, the zoo called Nigeria will never know peace. The zoo called Nigeria will never make any progress. All her handlers will continue to wallow from one calamity to the other until it disappears from the face of this planet Earth. That's a promise. Because you know what? The spirits of our gallant heroes and heroines who are paid the ultimate price are asking for. They are up against these evil men. They are asking for justice to be done. And so shall it be. That the contraption called Nigeria and her citizens will continue to go from one calamity to the other. They will continue to go from one crisis to the other, spiritually and physically, until it collapses and dismembers. And from its ashes, the original owners of land of Biafra, who are also part and parcel of the indigenous populations, lumped together in that abominable entity called Nigeria, will come up and take over what belongs to them. This is what the zoo called Nigeria does not understand. And we are here making it abundantly clear that we will never retreat, neither are we going to surrender or capitulate until we achieve what we are looking for. Ultimate restoration of Biafra is the goal, and there is nothing anybody can do about it. Biafra restoration is irreversible. It is sacrosanct, it is insurmountable, it is unassailable. Somebody who cannot change his profile picture is out there asking for a date for referendum. Woe betide you, son of perdition. You have no place here. And at the appropriate time and very soon, we shall move relentlessly forward in unison to do what is needful. The land of Biafra belongs to all of us, indigenous people of Biafra, not these invaders, not those who cannot stand for justice and defend it at all costs. A death referendum will be announced at the appropriate time very soon. On this broadcast, we are analyzing, we are appraising the success, the huge success, the monumental success recorded yesterday. And nobody can distract us here. For avoidance of doubt, we're asking our people to dedicate themselves to duty, because we are effectively in another phase. Very important. Question we are still asking is, if our leader, NNAMDI KANU, was abducted, how does the zoo called Nigeria expect him to be in court where they are holding him hostage? Our leader, NNAMDI KANU, made it abundantly clear that he was going to attend the court. That was last month. He made it clear that he was going with at least 2 million Biafrans. Why then did they decide in their wisdom that it is time to strike and kill sizable number of Biafrans there, including our leader NNAMDI KANU? They have to provide him. As far as we are concerned, he is in their custody. Before they unleashed terrorism against him and a cross-section of eminent Biafrans in that compound, he was seen in the public, he was attending functions. But after they unleashed that terror against him and against all those in that compound, we have not seen him in the public. And the army has been denying. They deny, they come back, they indict themselves, they speak words of their mouth. Buratai even exposed himself a few days ago when he made a counter affidavit, presented a counter affidavit in court to challenge the case filed by our amiable barrister Ejiofor. I'm looking for what Buratai said. Buratai is a shameless terrorist in army uniform. Buratai admitted that they went after our leader, NNAMDI KANU. Before, he said that they were pursuing vehicle laden with weapons, and eventually that vehicle went into the compound of our leader NNAMDI KANU. But before, he said that they did not go to that compound. Buratai has to provide NNAMDI KANU, the leader of indigenous people of Biafra. We are not dunces. We are enlightened. And nobody can indeed play with this Biafra restoration effort. You cannot continue to play games with our lives and go scot-free. Tomorrow is a court date, but we don't know whether that court date, the court proceeding will hold or not. All we know is that the judge should do the needful by deciding and looking at the case before him or before her. Justice Bintanyako has to do the needful. Whoever is handling the case, you must look at the point, the complaint, and apply the law to it. Because we are indigenous people of Biafra, we are not terrorists. We are responsible men and women in both Biafra and everywhere around the world. If not for anything, the zoo called Nigeria and her image have been in tatters. They say that we are terrorists, but not even one country that they have approached, that they have cajoled and blackmailed, accepted to call us terrorists. Because they know that we are legitimate people, they know that we are ordinary people, that they know that we are hardworking people. We have direct and very strong links with the communities in which we are. We have friends, we have relations. We go to work, we go to work, we come back. We participate in the lives of society or communities in which we are. And so, Muhammad Buhari venturing into calling IPOB indigenous citizens of Biafra, indigenous people of Biafra, terrorists, is a very huge mistake, monumental one, indeed. They have stopped. They are not even calling us terrorists anymore. They are now saying, oh, the Southeast governor proscribed you, and you remain proscribed. Shameless set of people. We shall, after dealing with these people, teach lawless societies around the world a very huge lesson. Muhammad Buhari remains a monster, remains a terrorist, remains an genocidist. This is a religious and ethnic bigot, and by all standards a mediocre. And it is on record that he cannot survive any rigorous situation that is subjected to. Not to talk of leading the zoo called Nigeria out of the woods. Can you hear me? Call on the phone.
I can hear you. Good evening, Mazinefo.
Good evening from here. Welcome to the program.
My name is Dennis and I'm calling from Mumbo.
Thank you very much. Go ahead.
All right. All I want to tell, I want to thank you, Kabiama, for who made it possible for us to boycott the NNAMDI election yesterday. I thank God Almighty for everything He has done for us. Because yesterday was very, very good to every Biafran. Everywhere was shut down. Forget about what those people are saying. Africa win to 10,000 something. After winter 10,000 fourth. It's a place. Everywhere Africa, this APC do this, APC do this. Nobody came out yesterday. Nobody in any polling booth yesterday. I walked through most how many polling units yesterday, including no monarchy. Nobody. Except in the evening where they begin to share money, buy people to come and vote in the evening.
Yes.
So all these people that are saying this and that, although we know that there was nothing like a election vote yesterday in Anambra State. Both spirit and humanity know that yesterday we are truly we are there. So when we say something, we do it. But many people did not understand that. And I thank God Almighty who made it possible yesterday for us to boycott every form of election yesterday. There was nothing like election yesterday in Anambra State. Everywhere was empty. Go to any polling unit, 2, 3, 5, 10 people. And among that 10, 15 highest, you will see official people that is there with the 3, 5.
10, 7, others, many 3 or whatever will be your people standing. Those who they're confused. So I thank you for what he did for Biafrans yesterday. I would have sing one song for Biafrans, but I'm not happy today. But I will reserve it next time. So I thank you for everything. I want to tell my fellow Biafrans all over the world and in Biafra land, let everybody be patient. Wait for the time. Wait for referendum will be announced at its own time. So let our fellow Biafrans, let them not be faster than their shadow. IPOB know what they are doing. They are not like the zoo people who always conclude in time, conclude fast. Because now it's in the bush, they go and they go to hand and then fire. So, no man God bless you. Give you more strength. And our leader, whatever he is, we don't know where he is up to now, but I pray that Chico Katan will guide and protect him and his family, whatever they are. In the name of Chico Kabiam. We all shall live to see Biafra. We all shall live to see Biafra. Anybody who says that Biafra will not come and we will not see Biafra, I will speak it in Igbo. So that is my prayer this night. Please let my brother speak to Biafra.
You need to be very fast because there are people waiting, please.
Hello. My brother, good evening, sir.
Good evening from here. Welcome to the program. Go ahead, please.
Because I'm happy to hear your voice this evening. I want to just, in fact, I want to encourage you for your job you have been doing for Biafra. You have already.
Yes, go ahead.
I'm at Anambra State right now. My name is Ipob. So that's what I'm trying to tell you and what I'm trying to tell the whole world and all over Biafra land is that we, the people that is at Anambra State,
Right, unfortunately that line is off. Not sure why that is so, but of course we have to move forward. This is really a Biafra Live presentation praising the successful boycott of the foreign election in Anambra and Tutus at home in the whole of Biafra land yesterday, 18th of November 2017. Can you hear me? Caller on the phone. Good evening from here. Welcome to the program.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Actually, my name is Sunday William. I'm from Amdoni here in River State.
Thank you very much.
To appreciate the good work that you have been doing to the people of Biafra, IPOB worldwide. I say may Chico Kikabian bless you and your family in the mighty name of Jesus.
He said, thank you very much.
I'm very happy. Don't mind all the things that the Jew Nigeria are talking about. There is nothing like election in Anambra State. We boycott the election.
Of course, he
200 over 100, honestly. We Biafra will get them 200 over 100. SS mark, honestly. God has done it.
We shall continue to disgrace the zoo called Nigeria.
So it's God that is fighting this battle.
No going back.
I say may God Almighty bless you and your family in the mighty name of Jesus.
You say, and you too.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. God bless you. Next call on the phone, can you hear me? We are appraising the successful and very gallant performance of IPOB family members in boycotting Anambra election and sitting at home in the whole of Biafra land yesterday. And we have every cause to be proud of whom we are. Can you hear me? Call on the phone.
Yeah, my name is I'm calling from the Fortune.
Good evening from here. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to thank the Chukwu Kishadiyama, who make it possible for we to defeat these useless people, all these abnormal people, called politicians in Biafra land. We thank Chukwu Kishadiyama by giving us that power to defeat them. Listen, whatever they are saying, there is the world has seen everything. The world has known that the Biafra people are not interested in voting against in Nigeria. The world has known that we are serious looking for Biafra. But what I want to tell the politicians is this. Let them see what happened in Anambra, that if they fail to give us the referendum day, it's going to happen 2019. There will not be election in Biafra land. They have companies that they know, and they themselves, they know what they are doing. They have known that the people have rejected them. And all the politicians in Igbo land who see that we are recognized, we don't know them, they are normal people. They can see what they do to the Muhammad Buhari, bringing a man who rejected the Igbo people and give him a title in Igbo land. This to show that these men, they are abnormal human beings. They are not with their senses. And for that reason, we are no longer recognizing them as our leader, as the elders. We don't know them. The only leader we know now is NNAMDI, and whatever NNAMDI says is what we are going to do. They have been a time. Try to give us our referendum. 2019, they will see the water than this one. And I know wherever they are saying many of them, they have been collapsing. BP have been attacking them. For them to come and say 400,000 people voted. Who voted? The answer is nobody. Even the Zoom radio and Zoom television was commenting that yesterday there is no election in Anambra, and they're coming out to tell people that the election. Check to them. God bless you and bless our leader NNAMDI KANU. We are moving forward. Biafra is already on ground here. We are dealing with them. I let them know that Biafra is future 99%. That's Biafra future, and the thing that is future is a future thing. And God is doing it, and they are seeing it with their eye. My God bless you, my bishop, and bless our leader NNAMDI KANU in Jesus' name.
He said, bless you too, and keep it on. Thank you very much. Next caller on the phone, can you hear me? Good evening from here, and welcome to the program. Call on the phone, go ahead. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, good evening from here, go ahead. What is going on where you are, please? What is going on?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening from here.
Hello.
Go ahead, please.
Am I speaking with the
Next caller on the phone, can you hear me? This is not a play session, my brother. You need to call us back. Next caller, can you hear me?
Yeah, good evening from here.
Good evening, welcome to the program. I can hear you, go ahead.
This is Ike. This is Ike speaking from India.
Thank you very much.
I'm from Enugu State. I just want to thank you for everything. Thank you for the work that you're doing in Biafra land for the Biafra to restore. And thank you all the members of IPOB members. May the God of Chukwu become our strength and bless and protect and guard our land. Let our land be restored. I want to talk about the issue of voting in Anambra State. We thank God Almighty because He made everything possible for us, no matter all the things we are doing, no matter all the wuru, no matter all the evil, no matter all the temptation they are doing for them to pull us down. But these have already showed that we have already put them down because they don't have any option except the alliance they are having before. So, but by using this opportunity to urge and bring the opinion, maybe we can also use the information they have bring out for the election and use it also and send to other INECs in some other country for them to review, not a part of the one they have uploaded online, because very soon now I know them that they are going to withdraw all those things that Biafra have already uploaded online. They have to block it so that people cannot be able to see it. for we to have all this evidence like this. So we're supposed to have it and email from other INECs in other countries for them to view it also and know the truth. As we are speaking the truth for people of the world to hear us out. That is why I said let me call and also thank you very much also for good job that we are doing for Biafra to restore. May you go up them and they hand of protection upon you and more wisdom and more understanding. And let the Spirit of God be with you now forever. In the name of Jesus Christ. Thank you very much. Thank you and thank you and thank you and thank you. You are trying very much. Foreign from India, I from Enugu State, KANU local government, Oluku. My name is Onyekachi. May God bless Biafra land. May God bless you.
Bless you too.
Thank you very much, sir.
Keep it on. Thank you very much. God bless you. God bless you. God.
Bye.
Next call on the phone. Can you hear me? Good evening from here and welcome to the program. They are not talking. We shall proceed to another caller. Can you hear me? Good evening from here. Welcome to the program. Go ahead.
Hello?
You are listening to the radio. That is the problem. One more chance, please. Go ahead. I can hear my voice in the background even. Next caller, can you hear me? They are not actually yet baptized in the system we are using here. Can you hear me? Good evening from here. Welcome to the program.
Hello. Good evening, Mazi Uchemofo.
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead, please.
Now, my name is Okezie Wangwo. I'm from Migwacha. I'm calling from Migwacha.
Thank you very much. Please, I can hear my voice in the background. Could you please move away from the radio?
Let me stop my radio. My name is Okezie Wangwo. I'm calling from Migwacha. Uchemofo, I want to thank you, Uchemofo, for it too much. I'm always remember our leader, NNAMDI, in word. Yesterday, everything happened. We thank God. We thank Chukwu Kikadiama. Even like today when we went to paper stand this morning, which I don't see my go take shout again. My mind, all my mouth, everything full for joy. Everybody was there shouting. They say, where are them? Where are them? All those people. Even that time, if you get one guy, we wait against Biafra. People want to beat that guy self. So now we come follow hands and separate them. Say, may they leave, and because our mind is full for joy. We say, may Chukwu Kikadiama continue leading us. Anywhere now they can do there. May God, may the Chukwu Kikadiama protect him and guide him. That's the land they can all we be like mama. One of the guys say, well, I need you are believing make I know. Odi Balanya Sina, election I got by culture and Anambra State. We know that and I'm not saying mama. One we be make it one more from tank. One from tank. I had either Biafra or out. Either Biafra or death. Either you're in or out. For thank you so much.
Thank you very much. God bless you. We are all in this together. You do your own, I do my own. That is to say, we are moving forward. Next caller on the phone, can you hear me? Good evening from here and welcome to the program.
Hello, Mazimo, for good evening.
Good evening. Welcome to the program. Go ahead.
Thank you very much, Mazu Chemofo. This is one of your humble servants from Denmark. My name is John Mnadozie. Calling from Denmark.
Thank you very much, my brother. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, Mazu Chemofo. Mazu, I want to appreciate you, but first of all, I want to tell you, this is the guy that last time you came to Denmark, the guy that was standing at your back, you know?
Right. Thank you very much, my brother. How is it going?
It's going well. It's going well,
I'm very proud of all of you. You guys took care of me. I look forward to seeing you again.
Yeah, that is it. I myself as well. I don't know I don't know how to thank you. You know, you are doing wonderful work, Mazi Chemofo. You know, we are grateful. You know, we are very, very happy to have someone like you. You know, we are proud of you.
I appreciate and I acknowledge that, of course, I'm not the only person in this struggle. We have our leader, Mazi KANU. We have members of the Directorate of State. We have other principal officers of state in different countries, and we have the wider IPOB family members who are doing marvelously well. We have friends of Biafra in unison.
Actually, you are absolutely
and
right.
Together, we are moving forward. So it is.
We are moving forward indeed. We are moving. We are moving forward indeed. You know, you and the prophet of our time, which is Mazi NNAMDI, you guys are doing fantastic job. You know, actually, you guys are good captain. You know, you guys captain by example. You know, you guys lead by example. You know, that is why we are highly motivated. You know, the way you guys are handling things, most especially you in particular. You know, the way you are handling this situation, in a sense that now that our leader is not around. You know, so. It's marvelous. It's fantastic. So we appreciate and
we cannot stop, my brother, until total freedom is achieved. The journey has just begun, but we are making progress, and we should be proud of whom we are making progress and the success that we have recorded.
Exactly. Actually, I must say that I'm proud of our Biafran. You know, those who are home. You know, they make us proud yesterday.
Without them, there is nothing like Biafra we're talking about now.
Absolutely.
So we appreciate them more importantly for what they are doing. Without them, they are under the rain, they are under the sunshine, they are receiving bullet wounds, they are receiving gunshots, they are the people being subjected to all manner of inhuman and degrading treatment. They are the people being tortured. They are the people, I mean, what else can I say? We remain grateful to our gallant heroes and heroines, all Biafran faithful, all IPOB members in Biafra land. They are doing marvelously well. Despite all the intimidation, they are still moving on. They are still moving on, even up until now.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! No! These guys, I'm proud of them. I could remember what they did to this guy called Ipob or whosoever. You know that. You know, even that. You know, I could remember what they did to him. Despite the mobile police and the other, you know, though they stood. You know, they stood up and started, you know, shouting. And the car is, you know, is our savior in front of these Babylons, you know, without minding what this Babylon would do to them. So no. These guys, we are proud of them. We are proud of them indeed. They made us proud.
Of course, without our leader Mazi KANU also being in the forefront and challenging the established interests, we wouldn't be talking about what we're talking about today. And so we are very grateful to him for his resoluteness, for his courage, for his tenacity in leading from the front.
No, anyone who is an honest person can tell himself or herself, who claims to be a Nigerian, can tell himself or herself that Nigeria does not have any reputation outside anymore. You know, when you mention that name called Nigeria outside, you will say that it's no longer have any regard. You know, Biafra have made that country called Nigeria, you know, to become useless outside. So I'm proud of who I am, you know, to be a Biafra, you know. If it's not Biafra, which any other tribe in that zoo called Nigeria will stand and challenge this Hausa Fulani? It's only Biafra who can do that. So we must be proud of who we are.
Of course, no going back, my brother. Thank you very much, and keep it on.
Yeah, I called. I said, let me say hi to you, man. Keep it on, man. We are together with you. We are together. All we need from you, just give instruction. Definitely, the instruction must carry on.
Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good night, and take care.
Thank you very much. Next caller on the phone, can you hear me? Good evening from here. Welcome to the program. We are appraising the indomitable performance of every IPOB family member in Biafra land and around the world in boycotting, rending hand in boycotting the foreign election in Anambra and also sitting at home in the whole of Biafra land. On the 18th of November 2017. Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead. Welcome to the program.
They're calling you from the zoo capital.
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead, please.
But I want to inform you that the PDP candidates have rejected the election result.
The PDP candidate. That is that is medicine after that. The truth about it, we have no stake in whatever they do among themselves. There was an agreement for them not to challenge the result of the election in order to give some kind of semblance of unity against IPOB. But that is not our mission. Our mission is that we boycott our election and that we sit at home. And we have successfully carried out our assignment. And they are still in denial. And the question everybody should be, let mathematicians and statisticians among us just shorten that, let them come up with mathematical formula of the victory, the blow that IPOB delivered to these shameless politicians, terrorists in different army uniform, terrorists in different government offices. We want our people to just get a very, very, very short and concise mathematical equation that will deliver the fact that out of 2.2 million registered voters, only 450 something voted. And we are asking them what happened to the remaining 1 something million. What happened to the call that IPOB has made? That 1 something million was as a result of the IPOB call for everyone to sit at home. And these people are shameless. In their defense, they are very, very poor, and they will remain poor. In defending themselves, they don't have any protection. We shall continue to expose them for what they are. Can you hear me? Caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Martin, before. Good evening from Munchen, Germany.
Good evening from here. Welcome to the program.
Thank you. I am from Ebony State, Biafra land.
Thank you very much.
I want to thank you for all you are doing. I want to thank all the people of Anambra for the total compliance in the sit at home order and the election boycott. There is something I want to put in perspective here. Since the Nigerian media don't want people to know about it. 6,405,000 people are the indigenes of Anambra State. 2,618,000 people are the non-indigenes who come from different states, but they reside and do business in Anambra State. While 750,000 people are average of the people that come from different states every day in Anambra State to do their business and go back to their various homes. In this population, you calculate all of them together, it will give you 9,750,000. It will give you 9,700,543 people. These are the people that always breathe air in Anambra State every day. On this note, our sit at the home order from the leadership of the indigenous people of Biafra, people were playing football in Bazan Junction. Young children were playing football because there were nobody. Cars, motors, everything, bicycles, motorcycles, and keke napep, all of them were parked at home, and people were nowhere to be seen. Nigeria is not talking about it, and we must talk about it, because the videos and everything is circulating everywhere because people were sitting indoors enjoying their open Sarah yesterday, November 18th. Now we talk about the election they are saying they did. 2.2 million people were the registered voters. Inside these 2.2 million people, these are the people who registered before IPOB leadership came to say that there will be no election, that the election will be boycotted. If not, that number would have been higher. But when IPOB came and said, we are not going to vote, people stopped registering. Inside that number, they were not able to pull 1/4 of that number that they have already registered before IPOB came to say that there will be no election in Anambra. Even with their oil money, even with Buhari coming to Anambra State to campaign, even with all the politicians or Adese, all those on KANU and all of them that came from different states to campaign against the election boycott that IPOB ordered. In all, somebody who they are saying is the winner today is going to rule over 9 million people with 119,000 votes. This is unacceptable, and we know that their manipulation is not going to work. Now, with the frustration after the election, immediately after the election, they asked Tony Moye to explain what happened, what he saw on the election or about the election. He said, and I quote, that Nigerian police and the Obiano are terrorists. The media, the interview is uploaded on Niger.com. People can go and watch it by themselves. Tony Moye, the APC candidate, confirmed what you have been saying before. These people that they are terrorizing people in our place. So, after all this, there are people who are giving out voter cards to people in their thousands to be voting because they were nobody there to vote. If one person votes, they will give another card. If that person finishes, they will give him another card. Those are evidences and all of them are clear for everybody to see. On this note, we are not minding anything that Nigerian media is bringing out. They know fully well that there was no election in Anambra State. And I want to say, I am solidly behind you. And if there is any sanction, because now it is now, anybody, any criminal that will come to say that he's going to rule our people, that we did not vote for him, the person will face our sanction. Let them be warned. We will deal with the person with sanctions. Let that person stay clear away from claiming any victory because nobody voted. Let them forget all these things they are doing and come to the round table. Let us discuss. We will have business with them. We will trade with them. We will have peaceful order with them. All we want is to control our own destiny. I am asking, where are you people now? You saw what happened yesterday. Don't turn your blind eye. All the politicians, where are you now? Come out now and join the indigenous people of Biafra. Come and follow us. Let us be free once and for all. This is all I have to say this evening. From my family to your family. God bless you and bless all Biafra.
Thank you very much. And I say amen to your prayers. You say, and keep it on. Thank you. I am joined by one of us, Mazi Onyibe, incidentally our Africa rep and interim Nigerian coordinator. Can you hear me? Good evening from here and welcome to the program.
Good evening, sir. Mazi Chinefo.
Welcome to the program. Good evening from here.
Good evening, Biafra, wherever you are all over the world. Tonight, once again, we thank you, Kutika Diama, for the privilege you are giving to us to come on air so that the whole world, the whole humanity will understand what we are doing what we represent, and the only thing that we seek for. I want to appreciate Chukwukika Biama for what he did in the life of Biafrans all over the world. At least the world will know that we are serious when it comes to the issue of restoring the sovereign state of Biafra without fail. The election took place yesterday in Anambra State, the governorship election, and we were on ground there. We know that the zoo always, the media representatives in the zoo, they all tell lies, because the zoo itself, called Nigeria, is a devil enclave, a place where they tell only lie and no truth about it. At the end of the day, like you made the commentary you made while this program started, up to this moment, they don't even have results. They can't even call the result of the election that has just been concluded for getting close to 48 hours now, because they are looking for a way to tell lies. They are looking for a way to manipulate. They are looking for a way to cheat. And they are ashamed to let the world know that IPOB, under the leadership of NNAMDI KANU, did boycott the Anambra State election. I want to use this opportunity to appreciate Anambarians, those who understand what IPOB under the leadership of NNAMDI KANU is requesting for and asking for. I say, may Chukwukika Biama continue to protect them in Chukwukika Biama's name. I pray for every Biafran that have worked assiduously, even up to this very moment, ensuring that the sovereign state of Biafra is restored. I say Chukwukika Biama will continue to uphold us. We will never slack back until Biafra is restored in Chukwukika Biama's name. We call upon the good people of the world. It is simple. All we want is that we are tired of being part of this country called Nigeria. We want to be on our own, because Nigeria is designed by British government to enrich the British citizens, and some of the part of what they steal from our land, they gave to the Hausa and the Yoruba chameleon, saboteur, on the expense of the Biafran. This has been going on for over 200 years. They've been working on the mind of our people. They've been working upon our intelligence up to this very hour. It's not enough for them. I want to use the opportunity once again to call upon the conscience of the good people, if there is any Hausa person that is good, and also the Yoruba people. To be a part of one Nigeria is not by force. We, the Biafran people, are dashing you Nigeria. We give Nigeria to Yoruba and Hausa. In 1967 to 1970, over 3.5 million innocent women and children of Biafra were killed for this same purpose. But we want to assure you, we want to make you know that it's not going to be the same way in this very generation. You killed our people. You continue killing us up to this moment. Are you not satisfied? Yoruba people that still have conscience, if you are there, Hausa people, talk to your elders, talk to your elites, talk to power monger, talk to all those people who think that they will continue doing the same thing they have been doing before and expect different results. No. IPOB is here to restore Biafra, and we are not going back. We are not leaving a foot for the zoo called Nigeria to continue to marginalize and dehumanize the people of Biafra as they used to be. It's a shameful thing that just ordinary governorship election, helicopter were there, more than 5 helicopters. You have more than 30,000 police, soldier, civil defense, even Boy Scouts, all of them scattered all over. Most of them at the end of the day, they changed their uniform. They pulled their uniform when they noticed that nobody came out and start mentioning the queue as if they did election. Will this not be enough reason for you people to know that we mean what you are saying? I call upon Biafrans wherever you are. You must get ready, because if a day of referendum is not given to us between now and 2019, there will be no more Nigeria election in Biafra land. This is what you have been telling them. Maybe on that day, they are going to import people from Ghana, Cotonou, to come and vote that day. Because we know how many people they import from Lagos and other parts of the so-called Nigeria to come and vote in that Anambra. But at the end of the day, because the hand of Chukwuka Biama is in what we are doing, it will be put to shame, as they have been put to shame in Chukwuka Biama's name. In the corridor of power in this so-called Nigeria, there is disquietness. They are tired. They are in confusion. They don't know what to do next. They don't know where to start from. Because Muhammadu Buhari thought this is 1983, where he will come and take over power and overthrow a democratic elected president, and at the end of the day, nothing happened. They kicked Goodluck Jonathan out of office with the intention that they are coming to cajole the people of Biafra as they did before. But Chukwuka Biama, who sit in heaven, know that nobody will preside over the affair of this issue called Nigeria from this day onwards, even up to the end, without having a problem that is bigger than them in Chukwuka Biama's name. Except Biafrans are free. We call upon you, our elites, Ohaneze Ndigbo, Amayanabo. We call upon you, governors, South, South, and Southeast, who have been jumping up and down, rejoicing that you have succeeded in prescribing IPOB. We say it is time you wake up, or you will forever live in shame. Because you people have no idea what you are doing to yourself. You must understand that IPOB, under the supreme leadership of NNAMDI KANU, is not an Igbo affair. It's not an Igbo affair. Because if we follow it in Igbo affair, I'm not supposed to be there. We are Biafrans. We are Biafrans. Every of our elite, every of our elder, every of our government in Biafra land that is not ready to do the right thing, you will be disgraced at the end of the day, which is certain. And Biafra must come under your watch. You will see it. Chukwuka Biama will be us witness. That is why we are asking you begin to do the right thing. You can see how they are disgracing all of you. They can imagine Buhari is asking the Obi of Onitsha to come and meet him in Oka because he's a chairman, the owner of the British company known as Nigeria Limited. What a disgrace. Can Goodluck ask the emir of KANU, Lamido Sanusi Lamido, to come to even Abuja to see him? But they will continue to humiliate all of you because the people that will back you people have made them irrelevant before the war, not knowing that you have made yourself irrelevant. Nobody has been able to speak up for us. Nobody has been able to represent us sincerely, like our leader Martin NNAMDI KANU did. And what did the Sioux government do? They invaded his house. They killed so many number of our youths that were in our leader's house. They invaded his house. The house of a monarch, the royal father, the king of Afari Kwina, Abia State, Umuahia. And up to today, Ohaneze Ndigbo, Shindiara have not said anything. Because they thought that they are going to just wipe our leader, take our leader, and we will go inside. Shame on all of you. Arewa youth gave us quick notice. At the end of the day, their elders are backing them up. The northern elders are backing them up. Say that if you arrest Arewa youth, there will be problem. Everybody enter house. Today, where is the quick notice Arewa youth gave to us? They are not terrorists. Fulani headsmen are there ravaging every land in Biafra land, killing thousands of people. And they tell you that Fulani headsmen, you should not use incisive words against them. These are the northern criminal elders. They defend their criminal youth. They defend their criminal youth. And then when it comes to our own, they are the one who will tell the enemy how to kill us. How long do you think you can do this? You want to destroy a cross-section of Biafra in order to protect your political interests, your political office, so that after you rule us, your children will continue to rule us. You have failed this time. It's not going to be business as usual. The pair of light is not in your hand. Things are really turning around. We have proven to you that we want to go. We are exercising our right to self-determination. And if you doubt how serious we are, give us a day of referendum. Let the world stand and bear witness. I can assure you we will give you 99.9%. Because all those hypocrites who are there, who are Biafra still singing One Nigeria, we know why they are singing that One Nigeria. But I thank God that Ipob under the leadership of NNAMDI KANU is not just here to restore the sovereign state of Biafra. It's not just to restore our identity. It's not just to give us back our dignity, but it's also here to deliver the imbecile in our midst. Those of you calling for restructure, we have not heard about restructure again. Has restructure finally ended? Now maybe you start singing the Igbo presidency 2019. All of you are deceiving yourself. You have been doing the same thing all this while. We told you at the beginning of this journey, you will run out of ideas. And nobody set agenda for us. We will tell you what to do. You are running helter-skelter, doing all you can to make sure you intimidate Biafra. But you have failed. We are begging you before it's too late. Allow Biafrans to go. Tomorrow is our leader's court case. We have not asked you people where you took our leader to. Because we know that in time you are going to provide our leader. Brutal, you will provide our leader. All the Biafrans you have arrested for exercising their right to self-determination, up to this moment, none of them have been able to receive justice. None of them have been fairly tried. It is adjournment upon adjournment upon adjournment upon adjournment. It is almost 2 years now. Madoka Madu is still in Kuje prison. Chidebe Omudiwe is still in Kuje prison. We find Madu Abugu is still in Kuje prison. In fact, Bright Kim is here, have not even been presented before the court for almost 2 years. What did we do? If we are wrong in what we are doing, why can't you present them before court and give them fair trial? It's just for you to amend the charges and adjourn the case. You re-amend the charges and adjourn the case. All these things you are doing is not going to pay you. Because we are not in a hurry. We will wait for you. But you must understand that the more you delay Biafra restoration, the more this zoo called Nigeria will sink into oblivion. The more you delay Biafra restoration, the more everybody in this zoo will be chastised by the Almighty Chukwu Biama, physically, spiritually, mentally, financially, and otherwise. There is no hiding for anybody. As far as you are in this issue called Nigeria, as far as you are part of the persons, part of the people who are making sure that Biafrans don't go, I say tonight, may the souls of millions of Biafra who have died since 1945, for the sake of this issue called Nigeria, may they arise and fight against you and your generation. Biafra elders, how market? Biafra elders, how market? Biafra elders, how market? Biafra elite, how market? Biafra intellectuals, how market? Before it is too late, all of you come back home. Asking for Biafra is for the benefit of all of us. We do not have good roads. We do not have education. We do not have employment. There is virtually nothing. The only well in our land belongs to Hausa, Fulani, and the Yoruba. The media is controlled by the Yoruba people. That is why they can come out and lie. The only one that did, in fact, let's look at all the media you have in Nigeria. Ojus Okalo, very soon he will tell us what the relationship Ojus Okalo and Babangida have. We know where Ojus Okalo come. Roger Sokorocha, go to Imo State, every nook and cranny of Biafra land. There is no corner you will not enter. Hausa is there. Every mosque, you will see army guiding their mosque. Everywhere Hausa is selling market, you will see army guiding there. We can't do anything. Not just Okorocha, we know where he's coming from. Hausa man. Not Imi Ameji, he's a Yoruba man. We know where all of them are coming from. Are you talking about even Chinese television? You think we don't know where Ben Bruce come? If their father is not Yoruba or Hausa, their mother is one of them. These people does not, we will find out where they come from. Because once you go and pay loyalty to Yoruba or Hausa, then you can come and rule Biafra. Then they give you peanuts. Then you piss on the grave of your people who have died. The other one say he's Ojuku's son. That whose useless party is Biafran party, APC. Ojukwu, we know what happened to Ojukwu. We understand that Ojukwu signed a memorandum of understanding before the issue allowed him to enter back this Nigeria country. So when you are talking, we know you are not the one talking. You are being conditioned by the issue government to say what you are saying because we know you are not sincere. Go and ask your father, go and ask Bianca. You will know that Ojukwu didn't come back in this country because he was granted freedom. No. Ojukwu had to sign a memorandum of understanding that he is going to open a political party. That is the Abga you are seeing. You think Ojukwu want to open a political party? You have no idea the secret you know about all your dirty deals in this country. At the right time, all of you will be exposed. But the truth remains that you people will provide our leader, NNAMDI KANU. The royal palace of Eze KANU of Afari Beliku, you people must repair it. And Biafra freedom, there is no negotiation. It is not negotiable. All you know how to do before. You carry gun and you start pursuing us, we start running. We will know how many you will pursue. We will know how many you are ready or willing to kill. We've just passed a signal to you. Allow us to go. Allow Biafrans to go. I call upon every IPOB coordinator wherever you are, whether within the country or outside the country. This is not time to celebrate the momentous victory. This is not time to relax or lay down our strategy. This is a time to sit up the more because the journey has just begun. The battle line has just been drawn. You must go back to work more than ever. Wherever you are, our presence must be fed in every street across the globe. Because the restoration of Biafra will not come by mere talking or wishful thinking. Our hard work will give us Biafra. Chukwu Kikabiama will give us Biafra. Any pattern they follow, we will improvise. Any pattern they bring, we will follow them according to the way they're using for us. That is how we will follow them. The world has borne witness sincerely that we successfully boycott Anambra election, which is the beginning of the journey. Somebody in Biafra may say it can't happen in Biafra. Another politician, governor in Delta can say it can't happen. By the time we get to your doorstep, you will understand that we are not Hausa Fulani asking. We are not asking for Yoruba land. We are not asking for Hausa land. We, the indigenous people of Biafra, are asking you to do the right thing. Does our people not have shame? Yes, I know that they don't have sense, honestly, because they are lazy set of people, parasites. It is the British government that is using them. But can't you understand that it's not supposed to be so if we stand up and do the right thing? I said it before, when I was adopted by GSS and they tortured me, and in one of those interrogations, they told me that it is God that made Nigeria. The Hausa man told me that everything we are doing, we are wasting our time. That if it's a woman that go to the floor of UN and tell them that he wants Biafra, that he will let us go. If it's a Roger Sokorocha or the rest criminal like Nayan will do them, if they go to the floor of UN, they will give us Biafra.
In essence, without them, we will not get Biafra.
No, they are fooling themselves. But I'm just pointing to our people that they don't have sense. If these people have the power to give us Biafra, why are they not doing what they are supposed to do? Because they want to use our blood to help their children, like what the useless pastors are doing. But some of them have failed. Because by the time we finish with them, they will not have any place to hide themselves. Look at everywhere in Nigeria. Nigerian police is the worst in the world. Nigerian army is a terrorist gang. DSS is just there to kidnap your water seller. SARS is killing people indiscriminately. Just on that Saturday, in Iguacha, 2 in Ogonye land, LMF, 1 in around Obibo. Just look at the issue called Nigeria. Everything about this country is just cost. At the end of the day, you think that with or without you, that we are not going, when we know that some of your mother were raped, and they gave birth to people like you, that you are Hausa blood is running inside you, or Yoruba blood, you think we will keep you quiet? Our sister once said in 1967, he said, we shall fight till the last man standing. This time, we did not come with gun. This time, we did not come with any weapon. This time, we confront you with the truth. We confront you with reality. We confront you with fact and figure. We confront you for the evil you are, so that all the world will see how wicked the British government has been, and how foolish the black race has been, that the Hausa Fulani and black people take joy over killing one another. People Kikadiama will not pardon any of you. Remember, we are peaceful people. We are asking you, give us Biafra. Set a day of referendum so that our people can go. Mazu Chimefo, I thank you for standing there. As you are there, the zoo and every criminal agent, they are running mad, because everybody was thinking that by now you just collect maybe 200 billion, then you now abandon that radio station. But they don't know how determined we are. I thank you for what Chukwu Kikadiama is doing with you. We know in our midst there are saboteurs, serious saboteurs, but they cannot hide. They cannot run away from their shadow. We know who they are. If we keep them quiet, does not mean we don't know them. May Chukwu Kikadiama continue to protect you. We don't bother, we don't waste our time with saboteur, because it is natural. When God created Adam and Eve, inside the Garden of Eden, Satan was there. The Bible in the book of Job says when the sons of God gather, Satan also was there. We know that saboteur will always be there, because Jesus had 12 disciples. One of them was Satan. We don't bother, we don't waste our energy on saboteur. Let them carry on with their job. At the right time, their work will be reviewed. I thank Chukwu Kikadiama, and I pray that wherever our leader, NNAMDI, KANU is, Chukwu Kikadiama will continue to strengthen him. Chukwu Kikadiama will continue to protect him. Chukwu Kikadiama will continue to be with him until he leads us into Biafra land. Because as Biafrans, we do not have any leader aside NNAMDI KANU. My name is George Onyibi. I am from Abo. Abo is in Delta State. Delta State is Biafra. Thank you, Mazi.
Yes, amen to your prayers. Thank you very much, Mazi Onyibe. You are one of us, and you have said it all, and what else can I say? May the Most High God continue to bless your family and keep it on. Incidentally, I must say, we will begin to bow out or begin to wind down this program. We thank you, eminent Biafrans, for your resilience, for your commitment, for your total dedication to duty. We also will not forget to indeed ask the Most High God to continue to bless us, continue to renew us, continue to revive us, and more importantly, to give us every enablement to restore Biafra. The contraption called Nigeria will continue to remain under our feet forever and ever. From me, from here, this is Sincerely Chamber 4. At this particular point in time, sign off. Thank you very much. Good night and God bless.